Countries where you can retire and live cheaply. Have you ever thought of packing your bags and moving to a cheaper country to live and possibly retire? Well, in today's video, we will be sharing you 10 great countries you might want to consider. Several reference points were put into consideration to pinpoint the best value destinations across the world, such as living cost, monthly rent costs and expenditures, among others. However, as much as finding the cheapest place to retire may seem ideal, a comfortable and safe environment is also key for retirement. With that said, here are 10 countries where you can retire and live cheaply. 1. Portugal. The fact that Portugal ranks among the top 5 on the Global Peace Index makes it one of the overall safest countries in the world. Not only that, the Portuguese are known to be very friendly and welcoming people, which is also one of the reasons why this nation is considered safe. The country itself is beautiful with attractive sandy beaches, brilliant sunshine, providing a warm climate, and it's rich with culture. Its natural geographical beauty complements the architecture of various eras. If you want to retire in Portugal, health insurance is required for you to be granted residency. All this is facilitated at the local consulate. Luckily, many major health insurance companies that serve your country may also extend coverage to Portugal, but you may need to counter-check. As if that's not an easy transition, Portugal has also recently tweaked its tax code, making it friendlier to expats. You might be exempted from tax for the next 10 years, as long as you meet the requirements for non-habitual residence, NHR status. In comparison to other countries, expats may end up only spending a third of what they would while living in Portugal. For example, in the capital city of Lisbon, a couple can live comfortably on about $2,200 a month. In smaller cities such as Peniche, the budget can range from $1,400 to $1,700. If, however, the city doesn't fancy you, you might want to consider a village lifestyle, which could see you living in a historic homestead in a mountain national park, costing about $400 a month. So whether you're looking towards an urban living setup, a country home, or a quiet suburb, it's easy to find exactly what suits you in Portugal. And with beautiful areas such as Lisbon, Porto, Marvão, and Coimbra, you'd be spoiled for choices. 2. Malaysia. If there's a country on this list putting effort and making strides to make it more welcoming to foreigners and expats, that country would be Malaysia. They have a program known as Malaysia My Second Home, MM2H, which can grant you a visa of up to 10 years long. It's no surprise that it's been a popular expat destination since the late 1960s. Aside from its many beaches, seductive islands, and pristine jungles, which make it an ultimate getaway for nature lovers, expats are allowed to own property freehold. This means there is zero inheritance tax. Also, the country has a no-tax policy on income earned overseas. In the capital, a couple can live comfortably on $14.55 a month, which also includes rent. In Malaysia, a one-bedroom apartment costs an average of $175 in the urban areas and $140 in the suburbs. If you fancy a nice 3-bedroom apartment with a sea view, be ready to part with $403 per month. The food at the local eateries also costs less than $5 for a decent meal. Healthcare provisions are also relatively cheaper. The unofficial first language is English, so there's no need to learn another language. 3. Spain. Despite the small setbacks Spain faced with its internal political conflict, which cost the country a deduction of a few points in the Global Peace Index, it remains a preferred European destination to retire in. This is because its overall low cost of living and peacefulness remains unmatchable. Considering its rich history, Spain offers plenty of sightseeing venues, evident with the many art lovers flocking the country. It's not only the rich beauty of Spain that expats fancy. Expats may qualify for the country's public healthcare program as long as they meet the set requirements. Even though the capital is not as cheap as we'd want it to be, Spain has one of the lowest costs of living in Western Europe, and some spots are considerably priced. You may secure a one-bedroom apartment in the city center that costs about $925 a month, meaning you can live modestly on $2,000 a month. Because of the warm climate, a majority of the essential food items are inexpensive. One can dine on a 3-course meal for less than $30. 4. Costa Rica. Imagine having the freedom of retiring in a tropical paradise without the hefty price tag. Then look no further than Costa Rica. This paradise is so unbelievably cheap that it seems suspicious. Rent starts at $500 a month in the famous Central Valley, with meals at local restaurants costing about $4. A single person can live on about $1,600 a month. However, many couples spend $2,000 a month, which covers all their living costs. And that figure can go down to about $1,500, depending on how you spend your money or where you live. There are many reasons to love this outstanding Central American gem. The locals are friendly, there's abundant nature, favorable climate, plus the residency process is straightforward. Healthcare is also affordable, with a visit to the physician setting you back $50 or less. Anyone can retire in Costa Rica by applying for a pensionado visa, as long as you receive a monthly pension income of at least $1,000. A fun fact is, Costa Rica abolished their army, making it the largest democracy without a military force. 5. Panama. Warm and tropical Panama lies entirely outside the hurricane belt. It tops the Global Retirement Index by international living. It offers one of the most impressive retiree programs in the world, which is open to everyone. The famed pensionado visa is one to admire, as it provides easy residency to expats. This visa comes with benefits that cover discounts of up to 30% on various facilities, such as discounted flights, public transport, and restaurants. To get this type of visa, you need to have a pension, annuity, or Social Security income of at least $1,000 a month. If you don't qualify for this, you can apply for the Friendly Nations visa. The tax burden is low, and they've even made several moves to attract expats. Plus zero income tax if you earn revenue in other countries. In the city, a couple can live on a $1,700 monthly budget, with a single person shaving about 20 to 30% off those numbers. Away from the city are more affordable locations, such as Volcan, where you can enjoy a peaceful life on a monthly budget of $1,514 as a couple. Panama also has excellent doctors, fast internet, a remarkable cellular network coverage, and quality air and water. 6. Peru. As far as scenery goes, there's much to admire in Peru. The country is diverse, featuring mountainous regions, to quiet farming towns, and vibrant cities. Regardless of the region you stay in Peru, the cost of living tends to lie on the lower side of the spectrum in comparison to other Latin American countries. You can live comfortably on $1,500 a month or less, and you can find an apartment in an upscale district of Lima for around $800 a month. To secure a rentista visa, you need to withdraw at least $1,000 in retirement savings. However, this doesn't allow you to work and requires you to remain in the country for at least 6 months each year. To qualify for a permanent resident visa, you must have maintained any visa for 3 years. And once approved, the visa must be renewed every 5 years. 7. France. Imagine soaking up the sun under the clear skies in the garden of a pretty stone cottage set among orchards, flowery meadows, and vineyards. A perfect day at your own French home, accompanied by the sound of honeybees. A glass of chilled wine in hand as you sit happily daydreaming of the next day's adventures. France sounds like a retirement paradise, especially its sophisticated and glamorous capital, Paris, that's arguably the world's most glamorous city. France has everything to admire: good food and wine, a good climate, unspoiled countryside, excellent healthcare, amazing traditions, and history. France is more affordable than you may think, depending on where you're coming from. A couple can live here for less than $2,583 a month, which includes rent and healthcare. The excellent healthcare system is one of the best things about living in France. You can visit any doctor in any city as you wish, and changing doctors is also flexible by appointment. Everyone is entitled to healthcare coverage, which is settled after 3 months of living in France, meaning 70% of that cost is reimbursed. Since the healthcare costs are fixed by the state, the prices are affordable, with a standard visit to the doctor costing $28. However, if you wish to see a specialist, it will cost you about double that amount. 8. Slovenia. It's not strange that Slovenia made it to this list. In fact, the Slovenian city of Ljubljana has been listed as one of the top 10 cities to retire in the world by many sources online. Many say that the living costs are so affordable that a couple can enjoy a luxurious lifestyle with just $1,500 a month. Slovenia is a haven for the outdoorsy expats who like to unwind in nature. Considering that 60% of this country is forested, it became the first in the world to be declared a green destination. Slovenia is a solid alternative for everyone who desires to retire to the backdrop of the Alps but can't afford the French or Swiss price tag. There are many activities that you can participate in, including adventures at Triglav National Park, among others. 9. The Czech Republic. If Eastern Europe is calling, the Czech Republic can offer a nice balance of affordability, comfort, and safety. The Czech Republic is considered an affordable destination for expats and even students. After 90 days have passed, you'll need to register for a visa. However, proof of health insurance is a requirement to apply for one. Its capital city, Prague, is the most expensive in the country, yet it's still cheaper compared to some European cities. Real estate costs here range significantly lower compared to Western Europe. The monthly rent may cost about $500 to $1,260, but this is for a small apartment. When you're not home, there's plenty to enjoy, especially if you're a history buff. The Czech Republic is known as the castle capital of the world, all thanks to the Prague Castle that's been standing since the Middle Ages. In the Czech Republic, you're bound to spot more monuments, listed under the UNESCO Cultural and World Heritage Sites. 10. Ecuador. Personally, one of the things to admire about Ecuador is the variety of places you can live. You can have warm weather year-round on the coast, or a more temperate climate in the Andes. If you do not wish for big city conveniences, a small village life awaits with everything in between. While the natural beauty and the mix of Spanish and indigenous Incan culture is to be appreciated, one of the favorite benefits of Ecuador is the affordable lifestyle. There's something for everyone regardless of your budget. You can own a beautiful home for less than $150,000. Rentals are also reasonably priced, with a 2-bedroom house letting at $500 in downtown Cuenca. A couple can survive on $1,650 to $1,825 a month, depending on location and lifestyle. Since the weather is favorable for farming, there's abundant food production all year round, making prices at the local markets affordable. It's so affordable that some people joke of how difficult it is to carry more than $15 worth of fruits and vegetables. Aside from affordable living, there are plenty of active expat communities and many activities to get involved in, keeping you busy and making new friends.